What's up, everyone? Hope everyone is doing amazing today. So today we're going to speak about something called momentum. And I strongly believe that if you have a really good momentum, you can make more money. And this thing exists because what happened with the average dropshipper when they're running ads is they test creatives when they have a winning product, but they wait until the creative dies to change the creative for another one. And this is not right because you lose the momentum. And by losing the momentum, you will need to go back again from making almost no sales to scaling. And I strongly believe that if you have a good momentum and you're always switching creatives before your creative dies, then TikTok is going to reward you. And I've tested this multiple times, and every time I had good momentum, I made more money. I don't believe in luck. I always believe that if you do something and it works multiple times, it's not luck. It's something that is strategic. Sorry, like I don't even know how to say the words, but yeah, it's something that works. So as you can see right here, we have this video and this video that are literally pulling out sales and sales and sales and sales. And what do I do normally is on each campaigns that I create when I'm testing a product, I always try to create between 3 to 5 videos to test my product. Why? Because I want to have at least 2 creatives that are performing good. Obviously, one will be better than the other. Maybe all of those 3 creatives will perform well, or maybe not. But at least I'm trying to have 2 creatives. Why? Because the thing is, I look at my data every single day. Look at my data every single day. I look at the ads every single day. And when I see that one of the creative is making less and less and less and less sales, and the CPA is rising. So the CPA is cost per action. So how much does it cost to acquire a customer? As you can see, it goes from $4, $5, $6. But before, as you can see, some of them were at $4. Some of them even were at $1. Some of them even were at, $3, as you can see right here. Uh, those are 20 campaigns. So you can see the most profitable ones, the most profitable creatives, and when the CPA started rising. So it started with around $1 to $3 CPA, and it started rising at $5. So when I'm getting close to my break-even point, I try to remove with the break-even point with one creative. So I see the creative itself. One is doing super great, but one is slightly rising. The CPA is slightly rising little by little, and I'm getting close to the break-even point. Before arriving to that break-even point, what I do is I always try on the new campaign that I test daily, that I scale daily, because now we're not on the testing, we're on the scaling. Every campaign that I create daily, I add one new creative. If it doesn't work, I remove that creative and another one. I remove that creative and another one. I remove that creative and another one. And maybe in the 5th day, I will find another creative that is performing great. So now I have the main one, the second one that is performing great, but is rising a little bit, and I have a third one. And now when the second one is close to break even, I remove it and I have 2 again. 2 that are performing super great. And now the one that was the main one go in second place, and it's starting raising little by little because I'm scaling. So people are tired of seeing the same ad. So what I'm going to do is every day testing one new creative, one new creative, one new creative. Oh, after 3 days of testing new creative, I find one that is doing super well again. So I remove the one that is going to be closer to the break-even point, and I cycle creative like this. And I cycle creative like this. Look, you need to understand something. If you're scaling at a lower pace, what does a lower pace means? It means that you're testing that you're if you're scaling at a lower pace, it means that you're scaling between $1,000 to $3,000 in a day. If you're scaling with $1,000 to $3,000 in a day worth of revenue, so your store is pulling out 1 to 3K days in revenue, then you don't need to change creative that often. But if you see your product is doing super well and you want to scale aggressively and go from 3K days to maybe 10 to 15K days, then now you will need to change your creative basically every other day. Sometimes no. If you have a really good creative that is, that is very, sometimes like your creative could last a week, a month, but sometimes creative will last, and the majority of the time they will not last long. I've tested that multiple times with TikTok. Creative do not last long, but at the same time, it's not that bad because you can only change one little thing inside your creative. So let me give you an example. This is the same video, and you change the hook, the first 5 seconds of the video. And this is a brand new creative. You don't need to create a brand new complete creative that nobody have seen before. You just change the first 5 seconds, or you cut the clips and organize them in a different way. So same video, just organize the clip in a different way. You don't need new people. You don't need new text. You just need to reorganize the clip or change the hook. And that's a brand new video right there. So by doing that, you will be able to create more content. And you will be able to make your campaign perform well every single day. And your creative will be able to always be healthy, and TikTok will push you and push you and push you consistently. So, like I said, guys, if you want to succeed in dropshipping, it's all about the product. The product is the start of everything. But after that you have a winning product, the thing that will make you a lot of money is momentum. And how to keep that momentum, it's to switching creative before they start dying out. Because people, they take one creative, it starts dying out, and they wait until it dies out. And you don't want to do that. You don't want to do that. You want to always keep testing. If you see your CPA, your cost per action is healthy during a whole week, well, don't even touch it. Some creative lasts very long. So if your creative, lasts long, then don't touch it. But if you see it's rising little by little and it's getting more and more expensive to acquire a customer, it means that people are tired of your creative. So you need to test new creative basically every other day, maybe a week from now or 2 weeks from now, and do that before your creative dies out. Because if they die out, then you need to start testing creative, and maybe your product will not make sales because you haven't tested like a creative that works. So that's why you need to be consistent, testing new creative. So, the funny thing with dropshipping, it's that it's all about testing products. But when you have a winning product that is making sales consistently, now it's all about testing creatives, because your product is not the problem. You're making sales consistently. You're making 1 to 3K every single day, maybe more with your products, and it starts to die out. Why? It's because of the creatives. So you need to keep testing new creative. So you go from testing products to testing creative. It's all a game of testing. So please keep the momentum. Every time you have a winning product in hands, make sure that you're going to look at the CPA on the ads level. Look at the CPA and be like, okay, is it rising? Okay, I've seen in the past few days that it's getting higher and higher and higher. So let me every day just add a different creative. Oh, this creative doesn't work. Add another one. This creative doesn't work. And maybe in 3 to 4 days, you'll find one creative that is really pulling out insane numbers. And when one of those two dies out, then you have another one. Boom, ready. And you will be cycling the creative like that. If you have any question on how to do it, I know at first it's a little bit complicated. It's a little bit it's not something that it's natural, but you will be able to do it naturally after you've been, doing after you did it a few times. So even for me, when I started, I waited until my creative they die out, and I was like, oh, my creative die out. So I had a span of time where I didn't make money because I didn't have winning creative, so it was like a little bit unprofitable. So by always changing the creative and keeping that momentum, you really allow yourself to be profitable every time and to be scaling smoothly and not have those high peak and high down. Because the biggest problem with drop shipping is, the first thing is they're not able to find a winning product, and that's all about testing. And the second problem is they're not able to maintain cash flow and revenue consistently inside their business. To be able to fix those two problems, it's the first problem, testing. Keep testing consistently. The second problem, keep testing consistently, but different creatives instead of different products. And by having that in mind, you will be able to have always new winners and always a healthy profit margin, and you won't in a steady business, and not those high peak, high down, high peak, high down. You won't have, because at the end of the day, you want your business to be as stable as possible. So yeah, guys, this is what you want to do in order to be very profitable. Keep that momentum. Keeping that momentum is very important. Don't forget to subscribe. Don't forget to leave a comments down below. Watch my brother's video also. And I hope this helped you guys tremendously. And yeah, see you in the next video. Take care and peace out.